So in this video, we are going to discuss correlation. First of all, what is the meaning for correlation? Correlation is one of the statistical analysis which is used to find the relationship between two variables, and it is also known as a bivariate analysis. Correlation is used to assess the strength and direction of the linear association of two interval ratio variables. It is created through a technique called regression. So correlation is a statistical technique used to determine the degree to which two variables are related. Correlation does not indicate cause and effect relationship. Uses of correlation. So by using this method correlation, we can we can find the relation between two variables. Usually, it is highly used in physical and social sciences, and it is useful for economists to study the relationship between variables like price, quantity, etc. And it is helpful in measuring the degree of relationship between variables like income and expenditure, price and supply and demand, etc. Then sampling error can be calculated. It is the basis for the concept of regression estimate. Then what are the properties of correlation? So the first property of correlation is the range of correlation. The correlation lies in between -1 to +1. Correlation is represented in small r and is independent of change of origin and scale. It is a pure number independent of units of measurement. Independent variables are uncorrelated, but the converse is not true. Correlation coefficient is the geometric mean of two regression coefficients. The correlation coefficient of x and y is symmetric. That is what Rxy is nothing but Ryx. So it is symmetric. Types of correlation. There are few more types of correlations are there. Positive correlation, negative correlation, then perfect positive correlation, perfect negative correlation, zero correlation. These are the types of correlation. So the all these types of correlation can be discussed with one of the measure, which is the basic method used to represent the relation between two variables, that is scatter diagram. These are the measures which can be used to find the correlation. First to measure the basic method, scatter diagram, then Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation, Spearman rank correlation coefficient, partial correlation, multiple correlation, few more correlation methods also there. So with this video, we are going to discuss only very few scatter diagram, Carl Pearson and Spearman rank correlation. So the scatter diagram, we can see the plotted points of the data, what we collected, and the data when we put in between the x and y axis, we observe that a straight line can be formed. And if all the points are exactly plotted in a straight line, we consider it is a perfect. Otherwise, we may consider it is a strong or weak based on the deviation of the points or the data, how it is deviated from the line. The line only we call it is the best fit, line of best fit. If the value point, plotted points or the data is much deviated from the line of best fit, we consider it is a weak correlation. If every point is much closer to that line of best fit, we consider it is a strong correlation. If all points are exactly plotted in a straight line, then we can use the word perfect. If all the points are scattered all over area, we cannot see much of the points plotted in the straight line best fit, line of best fit, then we consider it is a no correlation. No correlation means the x and y both are independent variable. In that case, we will get no correlation. Sometimes we can find a different structure other than straight line. That is, we consider non-linear correlation. So first, positive correlation. When the x increase, y also increase, then we consider it is a positive correlation. If x increase and y decrease, we consider it is a negative correlation. Positive correlation is the same direction. Negative correlation is the opposite direction. So here one few example is given. For example, if all scattered data is scattered all over area, then we will get R value 0, that means no correlation. If we get R value 0.42, that we consider weak correlation because the line of best fit, we see more points are deviated from the line of best fit. And strong positive correlation, we see most of the points are closer to the line of best fit, so we consider it is strong positive correlation. And there is a strong negative correlation. It shows the different type of direction. So the based on the direction, we consider it is positive and negative. So the plotted points also very much closer to this line of best fit. So we consider this a strong correlation. So merits and demerits. Merits, it is simple and non-mathematical method of studying correlation between the variable. It is not influenced by the extreme items. It is not influenced by the extreme items. It is the first step in the investigation, the relationship between the two variables. It gives a rough idea at a glance whether there is a positive correlation, negative correlation, or uncorrelated. Then few more demerits also there. We get an idea about the direction of correlation, but we cannot establish the exact strength of the correlation between the variables that we consider is demerits, and no mathematical formula is involved. Carl Pearson coefficient of correlation is the next method. Here we see the formula, the direct method formula, how we can calculate the correlation coefficient using Carl Pearson method. This method also we can call it is a product moment coefficient of correlation, or simple correlation, or linear correlation. And these are the shortcut method. Shortcut method from the assumed value, we can take the deviation that we consider it is a shortcut method. And Spearman rank correlation coefficient, it is a non-parametric measure of correlation. This procedure makes use of the two sets of ranks that may be assigned to the sample values of x and y. Spearman rank correlation coefficient could be computed in the following cases. Both variables are quantitative, or both variables are qualitative ordinal in nature, or one variable is quantitative and the other variable is ordinal in nature, that is qualitative variable. In this case, we can go for Spearman rank correlation. And there are two different formula we are going to use for finding Spearman rank correlation. First one, when there is no values repeated in either x or y. Suppose when we assign rank, there is no repeated rank. That case, we use first formula. If any values are repeated in either of x or y, then we need to use second formula. The second formula, the T denote tied value. Tied value in the sense, the same rank, if it is repeated for more than one value, that we consider it as a tied rank or tied value. So with this session, we completed correlation. What is the meaning for correlation? Types of correlation, uses of correlation, properties of correlation. Then Carl Pearson methods, scatter diagram, Spearman rank correlation. Next video, we will see how we are calculating all this. Thank you.